What's up, YouTube? Angry Jackalope, I'm back, and as promised, I have done a review of the SCHF48. Now, the only thing I didn't test, and I'm going to probably add another segment later showing how you can upgrade blades, because I figured, you know, there's quite a few blades I'm doing upgrades to, and sheaths and things of that nature. I'll do a follow-up, but I do need to do a little bit of a warning. This episode here is a lot more graphic, probably than any of the other episodes I have ever done, and I know people are going to lose their shit over this one. So, being this is a quasi-Halloween special, make sure you can see that, quasi-Halloween special. And you might notice there's something protruding out this pumpkin. Kind of foreshadows where I was going with this. Traditionally I do pig heads, and I still like pig heads, and I probably will be doing pig heads for the most part going forward because the bone is a little bit more predictable. The animal that I was able to get scrap head and scrap legs from was a deer. And right when they brought the head out, I was already like, oh fuck, maybe this is not a good idea. But I am a man of my word, and I posted in various social networks that I was going to do something different, and I have two heads. So I did one deer head. Oh, heaven help me. And I have another one that I'm going to be doing stuff with as well. Now, I want to introduce, because this is Halloween, I want to introduce a special secondary person who's going to be helping me out. I'd like to introduce you to Sebastian.
Sup? Name's Sebastian.
So what's with the pussy?
I know. Stop. Okay. So, I want to show you the abuse that happened to this blade. Now, I have said repeatedly, like I just did a couple of gauntlet reviews, and I said, you know, these tests that I do are very abusive, but in my mind they're also kind of real world, because I test blades more for combat usage than bushcraft or anything else. A blade chopping wood, it's no problem for me. A blade chopping through flesh and bone of various densities, now that is a true test of a blade. So typically with the frozen pig heads, there's not a lot of gore, there's not a lot of and stuff like that, but it tends to chop up the blade. Well, the deer chopped up the blade a little bit too, so I will show you some damage here. So you can see there is extensive chinking going along the edge of this blade, and as I rub my finger along its surface, it hurts my soul. But the blade did not break. It took a lot of damage. It took a whole lot of damage, but it survived. So not only did it do the deer head and the deer leg, it also did wood, it did a car hood, it did a metal door, it did a wooden pallet, and a pumpkin. It carved that guy. Not bad, right? Not bad. Now, I brought in part of the leg just to kind of show you guys. It went through. It took meat, bone. I mean, it just went right through it. I know this is really gross, and believe me, it smells even worse. Oh my lord, that's some musky shit right there. But I'd like to introduce you to the video. Check it out. The Schrade SCHF48. All right, so you can see, as I told you, I was going to beat the shit out of Jethro. And I can honestly say Jethro has had his ass beaten. But he took it like a fucking man. Took it like a man. And did amazingly well. I'm going to see if I can bring this edge back. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. This one roll right here, this is just so pronounced. And I'm pretty sure that was when I went through the head. Or actually by the antler, because by the antler was just fucking hard as shit. But anyway, as I told you guys, I was going to do this. So let's get some scoring in. And since Sebastian is a guest, I'll let Sebastian throw his 2 cents in on it, but he's not going to be actually scoring. So go for it, Sebastian.
I like when you cut the deer's face off. So I give it 1,000.
Okay. All right.
Seriously? He gets to rate?
Sure, Ace. Go for it.
I think the blade handled nicely. I also think the carrying system's pretty trick. That's all I gotta say. Now you can let the rest of the group rate.
Yeah, it's getting a little fucking crowded in here. Let's get to the regular crew, shall we? Let's go ahead and go with Steve.
I think the angle of the blade was pretty cool, and I think the sheath, if it was a little more hardy with metal, would have been awesome. I give it a 7.
Damien?
I enjoyed the deer head. I thought it illustrated the devastating impact that a blade can do to a head. I give it an 8. The blade handled substantial abuse.
Randy?
Even though we abused it, I thought the blade handled okay. Maybe a different metal. I give it a 7.5.
I'm going to give this blade and the sheath, I'm going to give it an 8. I really, really, really liked the way that the blade handled. It was actually pretty comfortable. When I went to do the stabs, I didn't do a forward stab. What I did is I gripped it this way and I stabbed it. And that felt a lot more natural to me than trying to take it this way and stab like this. And I think I had a lot more power coming down from a stabbing point of view than I would have from straight on. The sheath, I really do like the fact that it's got these straps, and that's really interesting. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a rifle sling, and I'm pretty sure the rifle sling will still fit inside of these holes here. But I was also thinking that these wings sticking out might be a point of weakness as well. So I'm thinking about getting a piece of metal, a triangular piece of metal right through here, drill, and reinforcing it. And then having the straps and a couple of bolts holding it in. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to add a little drainage down here. Other than that, I didn't really mind the sheath. This is kind of a standard sheath material that they use. So yeah. But I do like this because it allows me to carry a third blade on me, or a second blade. You know, if I have a right and left angle on here and one on here, that way, you know, no one knife serves all duties. So if you can carry a knife for a specific task, then you'd be pretty well off, right? Also, by having a triple redundancy there, if you happen to have a member of your party or a group that you come across and they don't have something and you need reinforcements, it's always good to have redundancy to hand off to the next guy. All right, well, that is it for the Schrade SCHF48. Angry Jackalope approved. Schrade, good job. Keep on adding and throwing out different types of blades. I love it. I didn't have any problem with this jimping right here as I was chopping and doing stuff, and I did all of my testings with gloves. So keep that in mind. If you go bare flesh, this could chomp you up pretty good. But with my gloves on, absolutely no problems. I enjoyed using it. Schrade, thank you very much for sending this to me to brutalize. And as promised, I did brutalize. This is coming out probably November, somewhere in November. Think about maybe the end of November. I think the list price for this guy is 89 bucks, like 90 bucks. So you might find it in the wild, probably in the range of 65 bucks. Yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I will have a couple other Halloween themed episodes coming out here in the next week or so. And I'm going to be doing a Halloween contest, so keep your eye out for that. That should be fun. I got some really fun stuff for this next contest. It's just kind of like, what's in the box? I haven't done one in a while. And I had a long-time viewer say, fucker, have a contest again. So I think it's time. All right, guys. If you like it, please subscribe. Tell all your fucking friends. Until next time, please, 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 please be good to each other.